Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are diving into some major diplomatic news as President Cyril Ramaphosa hosts high-ranking European Union officials in Pretoria. This is a key moment for South Africa, as it seeks to reinforce its economic and diplomatic ties with the EU, a relationship that has grown even more critical in these uncertain global times. In today's meeting, the focus is on several pressing issues that affect not just South Africa, but the world at large. The discussions are set to cover trade and investment partnerships, climate change initiatives, and global security matters. With the EU being one of South Africa's largest trading partners, this high-level engagement is seen as a vital step towards securing long-term economic stability and growth. One of the main topics on the agenda is the trade relationship between South Africa and the EU. With global markets still reeling from the aftershocks of the pandemic and ongoing geopolitical tensions, both parties are keen on finding new ways to boost trade. The EU has long been a powerhouse in driving investment into South Africa, and with global supply chains under pressure from recent conflicts, such as the Russia-Ukraine war, these talks could pave the way for renewed economic vigor. It's a delicate balancing act, as South Africa strives to attract more investment while maintaining a degree of independence in its foreign policy. Another critical issue up for discussion is energy security and sustainable development. At the heart of this conversation lies the Just Energy Transition Partnership, or JETP. Launched in 2021 during the COP26 Climate Summit, the JETP is designed to help South Africa transition away from its heavy reliance on coal. This initiative aims to not only address the urgent need for cleaner energy but also ensure that the shift brings about economic stability and creates new job opportunities. However, there have been growing concerns regarding how the plan will be implemented and whether the promised financial commitments from the EU will be fully met. These concerns add a layer of sensitivity to the talks, making today's negotiations all the more crucial. The meeting also comes at a time when South Africa's neutral stance on the Russia-Ukraine conflict has sparked considerable debate. While neutrality has garnered some international support, it has also drawn criticism from various quarters. EU officials are expected to seek clarity on Pretoria's position and understand how this stance fits into broader global efforts to promote peace and security. This is an especially sensitive issue, given the far-reaching implications of the conflict on global trade, energy supplies, and even public opinion across different regions. Beyond these immediate concerns, the talks are set to explore deeper and more strategic areas of collaboration. South Africa and the EU are not only partners in economic development, they are also working together in sectors like education, technology, and security. The EU's support has been instrumental in funding various development projects across South Africa, from healthcare improvements to major infrastructure projects. These investments have had a significant impact on the country's development, and both sides are keen on expanding this cooperation even further. Now, let's put this into perspective. In today's global political landscape, where countries are constantly maneuvering to protect their own interests while navigating international pressures, South Africa's engagement with the EU is a prime example of strategic diplomacy. President Ramaphosa's meeting is more than just a routine diplomatic exercise, it's a critical forum where the future of South Africa's economic policies and international relations will be shaped. With the world still recovering from the pandemic, and with economic and energy challenges looming large, the outcomes of these discussions could have a lasting impact on how South Africa positions itself in the global arena. Another aspect to consider is the delicate balancing act South Africa is performing on the international stage. The country is not only negotiating with the EU but is also managing relationships with other major global players like the US, China, and Russia. This multifaceted diplomacy is reflective of South Africa's commitment to maintaining an independent foreign policy while securing the benefits of strategic partnerships. In this context, the meeting with EU officials is both an opportunity and a challenge, an opportunity to solidify ties with a key partner, and a challenge to ensure that these ties do not compromise the country's broader strategic interests. It's important to note that this meeting also carries a lot of domestic significance. Back home, there are ongoing debates about the country's energy policies, economic recovery strategies, and the impact of global conflicts on local livelihoods. Many South Africans are watching these talks closely, as the outcomes could influence everything from job creation to the cost of living. The Just Energy Transition Partnership, in particular, has been a point of contention, with some praising its potential to revolutionize the energy sector, while others remain skeptical about its feasibility and the scale of investment required. Adding to the sensitivity of the matter is the issue of transparency and accountability. There is a growing demand among civil society groups and political commentators for clear and honest communication regarding the commitments being made. With significant EU financial support on the table, questions have been raised about how these funds will be managed and whether they will truly benefit the local communities in South Africa. The success of this partnership could set a precedent for how international investments are handled in the future, making it all the more critical for both sides to address these concerns head-on. As we look ahead, there is anticipation that a joint statement will be released following today's high-level talks. This statement is expected to outline the agreements reached and highlight the future areas of cooperation. It's a moment that promises to be both historic and transformative, setting the stage for deeper integration between South Africa and the EU amidst a backdrop of global uncertainty. For those of you who are interested in the nitty-gritty details of international diplomacy and economic strategy, today's development is one to watch closely. It's a vivid reminder that in our interconnected world, no nation operates in isolation. The decisions made in Pretoria today could ripple across continents, influencing everything from energy policies to global trade dynamics. Before we wrap up, I'd like to remind you to like this video if you found it informative, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth political and economic analysis, and leave a comment below with your thoughts on South Africa's stance on the Russia-Ukraine conflict and the future of its energy transition. Your engagement helps us bring more quality content to you. Thank you for tuning in and joining us for this comprehensive breakdown of today's high-level diplomatic talks. We'll continue to monitor the situation and provide updates as new information becomes available. Until then, keep informed and stay engaged in the conversation about our global future. See you next time.